Srimati Dr. Kirli Krupalani, Minister for IT Government of India, my senior cabinet colleagues, Mr. Ponna Lakshmaya and Dr. Raghuveer, the Secretary J. Satyanarayana, Mr. Samuel, Dr. Narayana, Mr. Sanjay Jaju, Ravi Gupta, and all people from IT industry who have come here for a 2-day conference. There is a proverb which says, lack of money is not a problem. Lack of idea is a problem. That's how Me Seva actually started. The common man, how do we use technology for the common man? How is it going to be beneficial to the poor, to the people who are not fortunate enough to study, who are illiterate? How do you use technology for their benefit? That is what this idea of Me Seva has come through. But I think most of you here are my age, or a little elder to me, or a little younger to me. So where did we all start? We saw an age where there was hardly any electricity in the rural areas, hardly any telecommunication. I don't know if our children or younger generation know what a trunk call is, what an urgent call is, what an emergency call is, or what a lightning call is. These were the names for trunk calls to be booked to talk to other cities or countries. And many a times, it took days for these connections to come through. And where are we now? I think about 93 crore cell phones in the country, with a population of 121 crores or 22 crores of population. And cell phone has reached most of the rural areas. Cell phone, with all its advantages, with all its facilities, has reached the rural areas. That is what is helping us. TVs, when we were young, there were no TVs. TV has come into Hyderabad in '83. I was a good cricket player. Now, I'm not trying to say I was a good cricket player. I'm just trying to tell you, when I was young, I have never seen a cricket match on a TV till the late 80s. First time I saw a TV in cricket is something in 77 or 78 in Australia, when I had gone there for a tour. Today, TV has got such a change in the rural areas. You go to any rural area, they will talk of how Dhoni bats, or how Tendulkar bats, or how Srinath used to bowl. That is the effect of visual media. These things have changed the world. And technology, for the sake of technology, is not what we are looking at. Technology, when it is useful for the common man, for the benefit of the Aam Aadmi, and when it becomes cheaper, that is when technology is going to sell. That is what technology is required. Technology without affordability is of no use. If the common citizen cannot afford the technology, it's of no use. unless it comes within the reach of the common man. That is what competition has brought in. Imagine our telephone services when private competition was not there. Imagine our Indian Airlines when private airlines were not there. We had to have so many problems in having a phone or having a ticket. There were many days when we had to go to Delhi. We had to go to Bombay and from there go to Delhi because there was no direct ticket from Hyderabad to Delhi. Today, I think it has come within the reach of first class. First class in train is, I think, costlier than the airfare. That is what is required. I think here I am addressing an elite crowd who are in the business of IT. We make use of technology in nearly all our government programs. This is one of the premier states where we are giving about 26,000 crores as subsidies to the common people. I can challenge you. There is no state in this country where so many subsidies are being given to the common man. But are we reaching the targeted group? Is it reaching the persons who deserve this subsidy? That is the point we are trying to do. Getting in transparency into the system, trying to reach out to the poorest of the poor, trying to reach out to the targeted group is what we are trying. We distribute rice of 1 rupee a kg to about 7.5 crore people. We have got I give about 25 lakh scholarships for education in the state to the tune of 4,000 crores. I have got Mahatma Gandhi, NREGS. I think 1 crore of bank accounts are there and 1 crore of people nearly work in NREGS, which is online. The payment is online. I have got about 1.1 crore 46 lakh women members with about 14 lakh groups with online bank connectivity, where we have got about 1 crore and 5 lakhs farmers who have got bank accounts. All this is online, and we are trying to see these subsidies reaches the targeted group. That is what in government we are trying to do. We are giving the women interest-free loans. That is, they borrow for 13 or 14% from the bank, and on correct payment, the interest is borne by the state government and given back to these groups. All this is online. The interest subsidy is about 14 to 1500 crores this year. For women groups, they have got about 15,000 crores. They have borrowed about 15,000 crores from the banks without surety or security. We give about 52,000 crores, I think, for farmers. Crop loans, 52,000. About 42,000 is crop loans and the remaining is term loans. We are giving interest-free loans till 1 lakh of rupees to the farmers. And we are trying to do only principal they have to pay. We give back the interest through the online procedure. When we started off this Me Seva, it was a conversation in my office when Mr. J. Satyanarayana was Principal Secretary, Special Chief Secretary in my office, heading my office. He is one of the computer savvy person, unlike me and Mr. Reddy. So it was an idea given to them to develop. They said, we will give this certificate to the common citizens in 2 days or 3 days. I said, it doesn't make sense. You cannot waste the time of the ordinary man. You have to see that you have to give it in 15 minutes. How many services you can give in 15 minutes? What is the problem for you to give it immediately? I asked them to study. I don't know whether you know the impact it has created here. If a person wants a birth certificate or a caste certificate or income certificate or his land records or anything, he has to go and apply to the Tahsildar, who is the revenue head of that mandal, territorial area. Then the Tahsildar used to pass it on to the revenue inspector, who is, I think 2 or 3 revenue inspectors are there in each mandal. Then the revenue inspector used to pass this on to the village revenue officer. Then from there it goes to the village assistant. I think 4 levels, but the signature is with the village revenue officer. A small certificate like birth or income or caste certificate or nativity certificate or land records is to take nothing less than 10 to 15 days or depending on the availability of the officer. One, the common man is wasting his time. He can use this time more productively for a better cause. 2, he has to, at every level, there is some amount of corruption, maybe not with everyone, or middlemen, where money used to change hands for this certificate to come. If the required amount was not given, the person used to say, the officer is busy, you come after a week or after 10 days, or there is collector inspection, there is minister's program, or there is chief minister's program. So even a small service from the government had become an uphill task for the common man. That is when we thought of this. I am happy and proud to say that we have got about 45 services now. Overall, about 100 services can be added. We are trying to do this by the next 2-3 months. And out of this, 15 services are across the table. That is, within 15 or 20 minutes, they get their certificate. The remaining services, some of them require inspection, some of them require assessment. So the first time, there is a time charter given, maybe 2 days, 3 days, some of them could be 15 days or so, depending on what is required. Suppose a survey is required. So depending on that, a time frame is given for the first time. But for the second time, it becomes within 15 minutes. So this is what we have tried to do, and we are successful in nearly doing 70 lakh transactions. My aim is to see that nearly 2 crore transactions take place in a year. If we get in 100 services, about 2 crore transactions take place, and approximately a survey has given to me has said that the amount spent on each certificate starts from as low as 200 rupees and it goes to about 5,000 rupees is the amount spent by the person. Even averaging it to, if you average it to 2,000 or 3,000, it is a clear 4,000 crores or 6,000 crores saved to the common man, and his time is saved. That is what impact this Me Seva has got. I am very happy that the Secretary, Satyanarayan, is heading the country's IT sector now. And we are very happy We will be very happy to share it with the central government and with all the states. What does a common man want? He does not want anything from the government. He wants an hassle-free life. He does not want to waste his time. He does not want to get all his services by paying bribe. I think this is one of the most innovative things we have done. And I think once a person goes to the office, this feeling of how big a program this is, you will not know until you have what was the previous experience and what is the experience now. Until you go through these two experiences, it is very difficult for you to assess how important this program is for us, and that is exactly we are trying to do, get in transparency into the government and see that it helps the poor people and in the rural areas. Some of the services we have got for pregnant women, for nearly about, I think, 14 or 15 lakh pregnant women, for most of them, they go to NDC centers or through the health department. They are trying to give alerts and indicators to them when a checkup is due to them, when a vaccination is required, when the child requires vaccination or checkup, all such basic things to the poorest of the poor, we are trying to take this technology to. For everything we are using technology. For example, in scholarships, we started online for scholarships, and mind you, we literally saved about 300 crores because of the online procedures we adopted. Same students were taking admission in different colleges, getting different scholarships in 2 or 3 places, or same set of colleges had the same students, or same lecturers were being paid in 2 or 3 colleges. Literally, we have saved about 300 crores by this single online procedure. Now we are thinking of Aadhaar. Aadhaar is we are the only state who are trying to finish our Aadhaar cards as soon as possible. Out of the 21 crore done in the country, we have finished 6 crore out of the 8.2 or 8.3 crores, which is required for us. Because this is going to save a lot of money in all the welfare programs. Once an Aadhaar is through, a person can travel anywhere in the state. He can take his ration, or he can take his quota from kerosene or sugar or rice or whatever it is due, anywhere in the state. He could be in Srikakulam and take, if his family is there, he can take it. If he is in Hyderabad, he can use the same Aadhaar card to take it here. Now it's all duplication. Lot of people have got cards in 2-3 districts. Lot of people have got cards in 2-3 talukas. So that is how public money, which is supposed to be used judiciously, is getting wasted. I think Aadhaar is one of the major changes which will change how the government can save public money and use it properly for the correct person. I congratulate the team who are working, especially the revenue and the IT team who are working to make this Me Seva a success. And there are problems to Me Seva also. I think some of my collectors are sitting here, especially in the tribal areas. They are one of 70 Act of scheduled areas. Land title was not there to the non-tribal people. They were managing them in the Tahsildar office, taking the certificates and getting bank loans. This has stopped with the digital signature of the Me Seva. I think quite a sizable number of people have been denied the crop loan or loan from the bank which they were taking for their agricultural needs. They are tilling the land from a very long time. They are, although it is not on their name, they are enjoying the benefits of the fruit of this land. So, but they could not get the loans from the banks because the Tahsildar or the Me-Seva refused to give them certificates. So this is a genuine problem we have to address. No program or no anything we start, in theory everything looks very, very good. But when it comes to practically using it, that is when the problems start. And we have to continuously fine-tune these programs to suit our requirement and to see and to overcome these shortcomings. And I think our officers are working on such problems and they are trying to overcome this, and it is very soon that we will overcome this. And I thank all of you for coming here for a 2-day conference, and I hope your so many persons connected with IT and other services here, and sky is the limit, and only application of mind and trying to set the goal right. What is that you want to achieve from a particular thing you want to do? I think our IT people have the solution to everything. Thank you very much for inviting me here, and I hope it will be very helpful to both the participants here and the state and central government for having a good workshop here for 2 days. Thank you very much.